Hello, and welcome to Beering in Mind Beer Reviews. And today the beer that we have in mind is another beer from Ginga Kogen. In the last video we had a look at a Ginga Kogen Hefeweizen or Weizen beer, Weiss beer, which was unpasteurized, and that was the star bottle of the series. And today we're going to take a look at another bottled beer, and that is Ginga Kogen Komugi no beer. It is a silver bottle, and on the back of it, it says Komugi no biru. And Komugi is wheat, so it means it's a wheat beer. The silver bottle is the pasteurized version and unfiltered version. So the other bottle we looked at in the last video was the star bottle, and that was an unpasteurized version of this wheat beer. Ginga Kogen is way up north in Japan in Iwate Prefecture, and they've been around for a long time. They used to be one of the largest and most successful of the craft breweries in Japan. They expanded rather quickly in the early 90s and established breweries in other places around Japan, and then there was a slump, economic slump, and craft beer kind of declined for a while in Japan, and they were hurt quite a bit by that. They've kind of retrenched, but in the meantime were sold to a larger craft brewery called Yahoo, which makes Yona Yona ale and Aoni IPA and some of the more visible and common craft beers in Japan. Yahoo is partially owned by Kirin, which is one of the four major breweries, so it's a complicated situation. But what it means is that they are not a completely independent brewery anymore. However, they've probably been left to their own devices as far as brewing goes, I think, maybe with some advice, but basically the beer hasn't changed very much over that time. This beer, the first rating on Rate Beer is from 2002. I have a feeling it was probably around before that as well. But it is certainly one of their original beers. So it's a pasteurized and unfiltered version of their Weizen. It costs 298 yen in the store, a little, maybe about $2.80 in US terms. You can also find this in cans, and here's an example of it here. So it says at the top the same thing, Komugi no biru, wheat beer, and it explains to you that it contains yeast. Okay. And I have seen that the US import cans for this beer will say Plateau of the Galaxy on the back, so you see a bunch of stars at the top here, and it will identify itself by that on the back of the can, Plateau of the Galaxy, whatever that might mean. On Rate Beer, this one has 135 ratings at this moment, for an average rating of 3.38 out of 5. Pretty high. 71 percentile rating for all beers on Rate Beer, and a 97 percentile, 97 for the style, which is Weiss beer or Hefeweizen. Very high. Again, 5%er, 300 milliliter, beautiful little cobalt bottles. Let's give this one a try. Okay, again, this is the silver bottle of Ginga Kogen. The shape of the bottle kind of makes a good pour hard. I don't have a Weizen glass. Okay, so what we see here is a lightly cloudy pale yellow, a little bit of brightness coming from it here, and can you see the carbonation rising in there? about a centimeter and a half of fluffy white head. Aroma. Yeasty. Banana for sure. Some citrus. Some other fruit, maybe apple. Very sweet, wheaty, kind of raw sort of flavor. Light bubble gum, cloves, and a nice little hit of sourness near the end. So we get a hint of sourness there. Medium body. This is okay. Not as good as I think those ratings on Rate Beer have it, 97 percentile. I'm not sure where that comes from. 3.38 sounds pretty high. I probably myself have rated it, but maybe not quite that high. In any case, it's a fairly decent Weizen beer. Again, this is Ginga Kogen Komugi no Biru, wheat beer. You may see it in the bottle, or probably more commonly in the can. And again, if you see it in the US, it will say Plateau of the Galaxy on the back. Okay, so you might want to give this one a try. It's a reasonable Weizen beer, and you probably will find this in some of the larger liquor stores around Japan, a Yamaya, for example, or Liquor Mountain. Give it a try, and if you like, leave me some comments on how you found that beer. And if you want to learn more about Japanese beer, craft beer, and major beers, please do subscribe to the channel. Okay. All right. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.